All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Thursday, it's basically 26th of June already, right? And we have only 5 days left for the TG event. Yeah, so like it's basically the time right now to join for that people who didn't. Yeah, because I know most of the guys who with us they already joined TG event, but maybe some of those people who gonna watch this in the record. Yeah, so they're gonna find something right here which is gonna like make for them a sign to join. Yeah, because like I said, 5 days left and you can buy these tokens by the best price. Yeah, and of course, like we're gonna go a little bit today through all of that what we have. Yeah, but like most of you already know how it works. But Brian definitely gonna show you guys some details, yeah, about the TG event, yeah, and all about that what we have with the DEX. Yeah, because like guys, the DEX is basically the really great solution. Yeah, I start to trade already with the centralized exchanges. Yeah, like not really good in that, yeah, for now, but I hope in the future it's gonna be better. But with the decentralized, it's the really cool that we don't need to set up our information about us. We don't need to pass the KYC. And for so many guys who in the US, it's gonna be the great option. And you just set your wallet, you made the trade, you made the profit, and you're good. Yeah, so like Brian, if you ready to start, so you can do that. Yeah, you can take it away.
All right, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? So, time is flying, right? We got till Monday for the TGE part, and that is finished. So, what does that mean? Because I see some people like, "Oh, Monday we're launching." Well, Jake's went over many, many times. We can't just like end the TGE and then launch everything. So, some key things I want to touch on because I mean, even like Susan reached out and some other people reached out and just wanted me to help answer a couple things to understand. So you know, Monday we end the TGE part. That's just basically buying the token, pairing it with Ethereum. The goal obviously is to launch when Ethereum goes up. With Ethereum being higher than what it's at now, we will have, I mean, I don't even want to say millions of dollars, but like a million more dollars in liquidity, right? You want the market to be pumping. So if you, oh, I just moved something here. Hold on one second. So if you see here, I'll show you. Um, right here. All right, here. Let me share my screen. So let's get in here. I see someone joining it. So back to Ethereum. I've been watching Ethereum like a hawk. I see Bitcoin pumping. We need the dominance for Ethereum to take over and Bitcoin dominance to change, right? So we did some measure movements. The next movement should be up to 26, and then from there, it could really break. So one thing Jake has really went over is, our TMX right now is paired to Ethereum. So having this go up to 3,000, we will have, I think it was like 60% more in liquidity. It was a lot more money because then when it pairs it, when we launch, we're not paired to them anymore. So if we wait and be patient for Ethereum to come up, and obviously we can't control the news, but I mean, it is looking good. Everything's looking bullish. Everything's starting, trigger waves are moving up, money's flowing in. We just need more money to keep coming in, less economical crisis and all that stuff. I mean, obviously can't control it, but right now we got a nice looking consolidation right here and hopefully a breakout pump. So this is the 4 hour window. So with that, and one thing I just want you guys to understand that. So that's what Jake was saying. It'd be stupid to kind of launch with the price down right now when we saw a couple days ago, Ethereum jumped up almost $400 in 24 hours. So we got to be patient with that and waiting for that. So like that's the criteria of like determining on when we will completely launch the exchange. So we got till Monday to keep buying Ethereum, sharing this, putting people in to help them, get the TMX token and be ready. So another thing about that, okay, is let me see, determine a official launch date. I'm not going to give any dates. All right. So we're kind of, I don't know what is going to happen in the world. Neither does Jake, but we're just waiting for Ethereum to get closer to 3,000. Obviously, 3,500 would be amazing. Anything higher than that would just be amazing. So, you don't want to launch while it's low. That's just, you want to launch when everything's pumping and price is going up. I hope you guys understand that. If not, I can have Jake write out a detailed paragraph on why that is, why you would want more money instead of less money. But I hope that's kind of obvious, for everybody and anybody. So with that, Weeks is looking awesome. We're ready to put the token on Weeks. Jake is getting a lot of tokens there, purchase them, and is going to put them over there, which is fantastic. Also, another determining factor on everything is the site working, So I know they got to do a couple more audits and everything Jake was talking about. And in the meantime, next week, when the TG is over, we're going to be able to demo the exchange, which is cool. So you get to learn a little bit. You'll get to, understand how it works because that right there in itself is going to make people even more comfortable day one when everything does happen. So, when it does happen, like Jake said, when everything starts going, you have to move that liquidity around. And they take their time doing that because it's a lot of money. You would hate for somebody that bought a whole bunch of tokens not get paired to their wallet correctly. So they got to take those smart contracts and do it the right way. And he said that normally takes a week to do. So in that meantime, if we're demoing the accounts, we're playing, practice trading, doing whatever, and maybe we set a leaders board and we give away Ethereum for those people that do well on there. I mean, hopefully we can beat Jake. He's already kicking butt on the demo part. But, when we get the account and we start playing with it, I mean, kind of like GMX, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm so scared this is going to be so confusing." Man, this is very simple. If you kind of come into gmx.io, you connect your wallet, all right, I want to stake my tokens. You click stake, you put your tokens in. Then you got total rewards right here. It's literally a claim button. You would click claim and it will show your rewards, what you have to claim. You'll check which ones that you want, probably the same as this. And you click claim, and then your MetaMask will drop down and you'll hit confirm. So that's how you will claim what you're earning from your staked tokens from the trading fees. So is really going to be so simple for us. The whole demo part and trading, that's just going to be fun to just kind of learn about trading. You're going to get in and you're going to be like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, like, good, glad this is fake money. You know what I mean? So you'll get a demo account and you'll go in here and you'll do some trades and have some fun with this. But I mean, this right here, don't get, scared or nothing. This is just how it looks. Choose XRP. You can choose different coins. Ours will be very, very, very similar to this. And that's how that aspect will work. So, that's going to be fun. And I think it's going to be great. I want to get knowledgeable with it before it launches so I can really share it with people when we do launch, because when we do launch and you're like, you come over to the staked part and you see your staked tokens and what you're earning, you're going to want to tell people about this. Then when they go to your website, to TMX website, your link, anything that they do, that you're going to get referral USDT income from it and on three levels as well. So that's going to be powerful. So we're still in this phase. We're still ready to do this. Our minimum is zero point zero 0.05. I got what 0.075 in here. So I can put that right here and deposit, and make a deposit and, keep growing this. I don't have much on there right there to deposit, but it's just better than nothing, right? So I just keep growing it, keep growing my balance, keep growing the pool. And when you kind of look at it, it's like we're doing fantastic. Very, very pleased on what we've done because I mean we've raised so much in the private sale, so much in the TGE. I know people are sitting there actually watching and waiting till the last day to purchase some more TMX tokens. I don't know why everybody waits till the last day, but they don't want to spark any other people buying, and that's just kind of how it goes. I have a couple friends that are doing that, and so I mean, it's only 500,000 tokens right now paired to that 45. So if we don't reach 485, it'll be a little bit less per Ethereum, but you'll get more tokens, which is cool too. So you can see you can refer people as well and earn tokens. So I mean, no more people come in. That's fine with me. I'm going to get 5,000 tokens just from what I've referred. I mean, it's pretty cool, self-explanatory. I think everybody on here has already been a part. We still have our apparel store here. I think what 5 sales have went through. We haven't really pushed this too much, honestly. I mean, some people want stuff, some people don't, and that's totally fine. We just got it set up and had it ready for people. Besides that, we got a YouTube channel. this is where Tim drops everything, all the information on here. I don't have the Twitter page pulled up, but X page.
I will put it right now, just 1 second in the
Yeah,
chat.
so you put that, and that's something to be aware of and follow as well. But we're just kind of waiting. This is the total. This is the total right here. Total market cap for crypto at 3.24 trillion. Yeah, we just want this to pump up, honestly, and it will. It's looking good. So when that happens, Ethereum pumps, and Bitcoin pumps. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Just draw I draw a lot of random stuff on here and see what it does. Like this measure movement way over here went up, but then bam, the news hit and then it came back. And then when that flagged out, I did another one and you can see it's kind of rounding. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have on that aspect. I don't know if there's any more questions. I think I answered them. What will the new link to refer people to TMX launches? We'll just wait until we get that. I think it's just tmx.io, but I don't know for sure. What Jake the developers have chosen because it's not live yet. It is just like the dev site right now. That's what we'll be using. I don't want to get too ahead of myself in anything, but all in all, I know like there's not much else besides kind of just waiting. I mean, we're still raising Ethereum. Nothing's changed. I remember our last week of the private phase, it was kind of nuts how many people were trying to buy tokens. Same thing here because we will be listed on the week's exchange. Tim is using that. He's playing around with it. He has an account and a link for that if anybody wants that. In the United States, I would suggest probably using a Brave browser, Brave, and set up the VPN with that and use it there because you're supposed to use a VPN with like MEXC and weeks in the United States. You don't want to be logging on and off without the VPN on that. I live in the Dominican Republic, so I screwed up and jumped onto MEXC with a VPN in the United States, and they're like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Oh, my fault." And so yeah, you don't want to be in the United States. You want to have your VPN outside of it. And I don't know exactly where exactly. I'm in the DR and it works fine here, so you can choose this place doing it. But if you do buy TGE tokens, the TMX tokens in this event, you could put them over to weeks and you can sell them. It's up to you. And you can add that to liquidity. You can just add it to your bank account. You can do whatever you want with it. So we got a lot of good things going. We're talking to different and a really good debit card, Visa card that we'll be able to use that is almost like a game changer in the complete industry to where if we use this one, potentially, I mean, you can swipe your card at $100,000 a swipe. No limit on total, no crazy percentages. The fees are super cheap. And it would even have the ability, if you wanted to do the whole aspect of like moving money from crypto to your actual bank account, or you can keep it on that card as well and do it that way. So we got a lot of cool possibilities here. And this is a really top tier platform that works with over 15 top tier banks as well. So we've been on multiple Zooms with their ownership. The owners of that I've been friends with for years. I talk to him every morning. You know what I mean? He's a friend of mine, really well-known, smart guy. So I like what I've learned from them, and it's kind of bridging the gap in crypto and banking that I've never seen before. So when will the when will TMX be listed on weeks before the exchange? Maybe. Jake did talk to the what are those guys called? The market makers. The market makers are the guys with all the money that control the market, right? They're the ones backing TMX, backing our exchange, and backing our token because they like the tokenomics and how it will work. Because, to be honest with you, this group right here, we're going to be very happy that we have even 10,000 tokens because people joining afterwards to really buy tokens on weeks, they'll be able to buy some because Jake is putting some on there that he bought to put on there from, obviously, he did it. So besides that, you'll earn just a little bit by staking, so people are going to come in and they're going to be trying to buy TMX tokens. It's going to be hard for them to get. So when this launches and everything launches, you'll be able to put your tokens on weeks and do whatever you want with it. I wanted to know if I can change from MetaMask to Trust Wallet without any issues. I mean, honestly, the easiest way, Frida, is to import your Trust Wallet or your MetaMask 12 word phrase to Trust Wallet. Done. Then you're finished. That's the easiest way to do that. You have the same wallets between your MetaMask and your Trust Wallet, and you can always go add more wallets to both. It's just kind of how it works. So just import your 12 word phrase from MetaMask to Trust Wallet, and that way you have it on two different devices or two different wallets. But yeah, like weeks, maybe the plan is to launch on that exchange first. I don't know yet. I don't know. Jake might know that. I don't know that. He's talked about it because that's what the market makers talked about. Because in their eyes, it was like, oh, you'll get a lot of promotion for your token. And then right next week later, you launch the exchange and bam, you got a lot of promotion behind the token. Here's some amazing utility that comes with this TMX token. And then they send out an email to the hundreds of thousands of members that use that, if not millions of members that use it to use that exchange. So it just gets like almost like double email blast going out all about TMX. So we're not tokens called like fart coin and stuff like that, even though those are popular, but there's literally not much behind it. We have a lot behind ours. We have a utility. When you have a utility token, that means long term. It's not just a pump and dump, because as time goes, there's going to be major marketing going around TMX exchange where people can use this. Because as time does go, people are learning, man, I want to keep everything as much decentralized as possible. Because if you're doing these trades on a centralized exchange, they see every single thing you do, and sometimes the centralized exchanges like Weeks and MEXC are fine. You can do as many trades as you want there. They're never going to report, but they still have the ability to hold your money if they want to. I have a buddy down here, lives down here with me. He set up a MEXC account. He put something wrong in, some information wrong. I can't remember what he put in, not exactly right. And now they won't let him withdraw his money. They want him to submit a driver's license. Well, I'm in Dominican Republic. It's a developing country, and they just like completely have shut down the ability to get new driver's licenses for the next 3 months. So he can't do anything, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I didn't mess up on any of my credentials that I put in there. I didn't even put a driver's license or a passport or nothing, but they didn't mess with me, but they messed with him. So these centralized exchanges have that ability. What TMX doesn't is they don't have that ability to hold your funds in any reason. You can send funds any way you want to your Trust Wallet or your MetaMask. That has nothing to do with us. Like if you send all funds to Bybit or MEXC or Weeks from multiple different addresses all the time, they can pull up a flag and be like, hey, we got a flag. Why are you doing this? What is going on? Is there some money laundering going on or whatever? And they have the ability to do whatever they want to your account, which is scary because then you're working with them probably through email, and that's scary too when you have money in there. So TMX doesn't have that. GMX doesn't have that. Hyperliquid doesn't have that. These are all decentralized DEXs that are online that you can leverage trade with. Leverage traders love the ability to leverage trade and not pay taxes on it, and like I could turn my 100,000 in XRP into 200,000 XRP and just hold it without anybody knowing every swap I made or sell I made and paying taxes on all these different things. So that's one cool thing about TMX. And then having a Visa card that's MasterCard Visa card that we can go spend it and no reporting. This is going to be really cool because we aren't traders. We're basically investing into an exchange to get paid off of traders. Yes, we will use the exchange and pay fees. If Jerry puts money into the TMX exchange and he's like, oh, I want to add some Bitcoin in there. I want to swap it over to Ethereum. He's going to pay a little fee. What that does is it pays himself because he's got tokens staked in there. So we're using an exchange that we're staked ourselves in, so we might as well use it ourselves to create fees, for ourselves instead of paying, Uniswap or paying Pancake Swap to do the same things. We can do the same things inside of ours. So it's going to be a lot of cool education. I'm so psyched to have the website to start showing you guys how everything works. You don't have to trade, you don't have to do any of that. But if you want to move crypto around, I will show you how to do it. I'll show you how to stake. I'll show you how to unstake it. I'll show you how the profits work. and we'll just go on with teaching people how to do that. Let Jake trade and bring traders on. We can all bring traders on because you get paid three levels when you introduce people to this. And it's just in trading volume, like the volume that you bring in and the people moving the money around there, you'll get paid some extra money on it. That's extra money that you can put on your Visa card and go buy some groceries. So that's about all I have. Like right now, it's just be patient. We're waiting for next week. The TGE event's over on Monday, so get everything you can in by Sunday. I don't know what time it's over exactly. Maybe it was on the site and I didn't even see it. They got the running clock. Yeah, 4 days, 4 hours, and 23 minutes. Man, it's here. So really excited for that. It's like feels like it's been forever, but it's been fun. Just really excited to get our token staked and to hear more about everything. So I have a question as well ago. You spoke what to do to be on safe on laptop. Not extremely, I don't really understand what you're saying. A while ago you spoke what to do to be safe on laptop. I might have to write that again, Frida. But being safe constantly. And one thing that I will share is if you're making a lot of money inside of your MetaMask or your Trust wallet, set up another wallet on a different phone. Like if you have another phone, two phones, I don't have two phones on me right now, but if you do, set up a new wallet on that phone, move some money over there. And that's some crypto that I'll be teaching as well that I learned from actually a lady named Lynette that she's like the safest way is to set up a whole nother device that you're not using, no cellular to, just Wi-Fi. Create a wallet there, move your money over there and put it there and it's the safest spot. You don't have to do cold storages and all those things. Would your private seed TMX tokens be locked for 3 or 6 months? I believe it's 6 months. I tried to tell them to lock it for 12 months personally, but I think it's 6 months. But you can stake them right away, Jerry. And Jerry, I swear we answered this question with you like 7 times. But you can stake it and you'll earn from the staking. But I mean, the 6 months, I believe that's how long it'll be locked in at not being able to sell those tokens. I honestly was trying to push for 12 months because all it's going to do is make everything stronger, because I mean, as the token goes up and up and up, you don't want someone to dump all their tokens that they got at 50 cents. You want them to keep it on the exchange, to make everything stronger too. But 6 months is cool too. We'll just get to work. That is the answer to my question. All right, cool. So if locked for 6 months, would they be released to us gradually? No, I think it's just 6 months. It's not like I don't think there's a vesting period. It's just 6 months and then they're released. That's as far as I know. We're waiting on the coding from the developers and everything. Would we register an account on TMX before we launch or at the time of the launch? Yeah, I mean, once we get the website, we connect our wallet, and go that way. Because I mean, all of us should be registered because we've already created accounts with each other. I don't think we have to go and all re-sign back up again. Not too sure on that, but as from talking to Jake, I don't think we have to go and do all that. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully we just connect our wallet like GMX and then just go to town trading, go that way, or moving our crypto around or staking our tokens and claiming the rewards and going that route. So, but yeah, I don't know about if there's a vesting period on a certain percentage per week or month that we can sell them. I just know I talked to some people and they were trying to tell us to basically lock the tokens for a year, but I think Jake wanted to go with 6 months, and that's fine too for the private seed. TGE right now, nothing's locked. You can go buy $50,000 worth. The token doubles in price. You can sell it and have $100,000, which will probably happen pretty quick. So, any idea on the percentage we get from staking? Yeah, James, same as it's always been. 20% of the trading fees for staking your tokens and 50% of the trading fees from adding liquidity. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you there's going to be 600 traders the first day trading $1 billion. I don't know. You know what I mean? To give you a set percentage or even that number, you know, so I don't know. Obviously we launch day one, we start talking about, hey, let's go get some traders here. Like I got people lined up ready to use it. So does Jake. And that's the whole point of demo trading beforehand and then learning it to be able to share it. So that's how that works. But yeah, I mean, Jake's went over that multiple times. He's like, honestly, on average, once everything gets going, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be making, over 10% a month from just the staking of the tokens. Plus, the token will rise in price, but I don't know how to give a guaranteed on any of that or tell you what percentage we get from that. I just know that we get a percentage from the trading piece. And you can see that in the white papers. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm excited. I'm excited. This weekend's going to be interesting. Might have to hide and figure out what's going on there, and hopefully everybody knows what they're doing and they can go get tokens. But this is our last week of the TGE.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Brian is great as always. Yeah, so like we have David right here, and he definitely want to say something. Yeah, Dave?
Yeah, no, this is it, guys. 5 days left. Everything that Brian went over was simply amazing. I mean, it's just so much value that we're all getting, right? From the Visa card to just the token in itself, being able to stake, being able to, I had somebody I talked to a couple of days ago. They're like, Dave, I got to walk away from my job. How do I do that? And, just basically what you put into it is what you get out of it. And we ran some numbers. So he kind of got an idea how much to buy. But you guys, it's not really about the money that you're going to make. It's the time freedom. Look at me. I'm out walking. I'm going for a jog. It's just the time freedom that you get to do. You get to spend more time with family. And I think you really got to realize, what is your why? Why do you want to invest or deposit, a certain amount? But now's the time, guys. 5 days left. It's crunch time. This is it. This is the time when people change their lives financially. I've seen it happen before, and I know it's going to happen again. It's just you got 5 days left. So that being said, you guys buy some more TMX tokens, get involved, refer other people if you choose to. Even if you don't, you guys are going to be very, very happy. I think everybody in this community is just 100% happy. And this is just the beginning, guys. Send it back to you, Tim.
Yeah, 100% guys. So like, like Dave said, 5 days remaining. So like those people who was thinking to join, so that's the days when you can basically jump in, yeah, in the TMXTG. And I think maybe for the Monday we're gonna do some final giveaway. Yeah, so we're gonna just check with Jake, but definitely we're gonna make something for the final day 100%. So you can bring some friends, like some potential partners, that people who's interested in the new ways of the making our money online, and that's gonna be the solution for so many people. Yeah, of course, guys, I'm gonna post the recording once it converted, as always, and of course, thanks, Brian, as always, and we'll see you guys.